I guess I'm just gonna repeat this because my mic's all screwed up. In another video I gotta get a new mic. I don't have one though, but I like screwed it up, I guess. Can't remember. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do for I think it's gonna be like in 2 years the news of the war in Ukraine is just gonna be like, it's gonna be a little more copyrighty by then. It will just be a little bit more copyrighty in 2 years. So I can like copyright. I can just like rip off stuff. And if it gets like so I can rip off stuff, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm going to basically for all my dialogue, I'm just gonna rip off newspapers and just sit there and read newspapers to everybody. Just sit there and read a newspaper to everybody and like not talk a lot like about the news, what I think, and just do it once in a while, like be doing fart jokes. Because I think what's going on is people like don't like it that they don't understand that people like don't understand that isn't there like these are the videos you can make and they're gonna run out of the videos, and they're gonna run out of like the videos and also newspaper articles. Like there's only so many news articles you can make. You can't make all these news articles and stuff. So like I'm just gonna go ahead and do something really quick. I think what they should do instead of actually keeping the storyline nice and neat, it should be like, if you were with your friends and you're making a Minecraft storyline, like you're playing a game like you want to play like a story, you're gonna go like, yeah, but then I didn't feel like changing the computer's hard drive, so let's just say that's a tornado. It's like, I don't really feel like explaining it, because I want to play it so like the armies that invade is like suits of armor knights and not like skeletons or something along those lines. So like, when it goes like, since they like change the rules of the game a bunch, should your map stay on the map so that the guy can invade your map and like destroy your city? Because since it's like the same map, no, it should just be like different dimensions, because that's just, I just like the game, I just want to play just to have a cool house and stuff. Like this is just like it's a thinking war. It's not really like, it should be like a thinking war, not like a actual, like an actual, like, you're taking this serious. So like, you're just, it's like diplomacy with other people that people don't get along with each other. Or just thinking about why they don't get along with each other. It's like a mind game. So yeah, that looks like kind of like it's doing like a little bit of slice of life. So like, slice of life doesn't really mean anime White Castle. Slice of my life can be like Marceline and vampires and like horror game building. You do slice of life in a horror game. Like it's just like, see right there, it's doing it. Like, and the guy's not really enjoying himself. He's like getting eaten by zombies or something. Like it's just kind of like, see, it's like, you see how it looks like? It looks like kind of like a little bit like they're like getting ready for nighttime, have some pizza, sleep a little bit, watch some movies. It's kind of like, it's like they live in a cabin or something. Slice of life, you know, but there's zombies, so like, you gotta have, so like, there's rations, there's his little rations. He's fighting the zombies and he has his little rations. And it's like, yeah, that could be slice of life. Like the zombies could be slice of life with each other. And like YouTube should be like, just like, you're just gonna just copyright stuff, since it's like just like kids and stuff making YouTube videos. They can just like mass produce a bunch of like just content, because this YouTube, it's not like a video, so it should be like a different kind of a agreement with a company, not really like, not like a movie deal. It's not like a movie deal. It's like, so you can kind of just rip stuff off, because like nobody cares, because it's like, that music probably comes from Canada anyways. It's like, just blame Canada. It's like, I don't know, it wasn't even making a lot of money. I'm not even going to waste my time on it. If it's like, that's not even going to make a lot of money. If it's going to make money, like if it's gonna, and then if it turned out it made money, just report it afterwards, right? But like, just be like, sometimes you kind of get away with it, like, yeah, it was a lot of money, but they kind of like forgot to do it. So I just don't have, the guy's like, who reports him, he's like, I just don't have the time to report it, so I'm just not even gonna like waste time with it. So guess what, you guys are in the clear. Guess you have to take that extra money, and then it's like, I guess you don't have to show up to work tomorrow because you got a vacation for a little bit. It's like, oh well, I got a little vacation extra time. And like said, like, we're gonna take all our hours and we're going to like make sure for these hours everyone's working enough. Hooray. So that's my argument for piracy. We gotta make sure everybody's doing their job alive. What? So anyways, I think with the war in Iraq being over, and now they're in the war in Ukraine, and they're going to go back in the war in Iraq again. The war in Ukraine and the war in Iraq. I think they're going to have a hard time with copyright, because like, oh really, and you're worried about copyrights even still. So like, if the war in, and they have cell phone companies in Ukraine probably, and they had them in the Middle East, and I'm thinking they're targeting cell phone companies. I think everyone's going to start. I think copyright issues is kind of like ripping off a song for your cell phone, is what the argument is that you're going, yeah, copyright for a movie, but like, shouldn't people just be able to like copyright for fun, like on Instagram and stuff? Like, yeah, but like cell phone ringtones, you can't just rip off a cell phone ringtone from your band. And it's like, I think it's just they're saying like, since you have your little cell phone, you can't copyright. I think it's cell phones too. I think it's cell phones. I think in Ukraine, that's good enough that they're like piracy. It's like music piracy that they're going to Ukraine. Like, they weren't supposed to go to Ukraine, because what happens in a war? They're gonna shoot buildings. So basically, they just wanted to go to Ukraine to vandalize all the buildings. So they're just gonna go like, I don't know, they're not gonna say anything. It's just like, they don't really report a lot of the news, you know, like a lot of the news. It says it just doesn't get reported. I think they're just gonna be like, copyright's just gonna lighten up and stuff. So I think it's gonna be like in 2 years. In 2 years, when copyrights lighten up, I'm just gonna switch to just verbatim, just reading newspapers to the screen and stuff like the news, but it's just going through different newspapers, finding news articles, because that's what's a good argument with the news. I think what's going on is YouTube. I think we have an argument on our hands. I think we have an argument on our hands. Some of the other YouTubers think so. See, I think people gotta lighten up about copyright issues. If it isn't your company, you don't really get to talk about it, because why would you? Why in the hell would you be able to talk about copyright that it isn't your company? Did you direct Star Wars? No. So basically it's just if George Lucas doesn't want his movie ripped off, and if nobody cares. So if you're not pro-piracy, you don't get to vote whether we're pirating the music for the music industry or not. Only pro-piracy gets to argue if we're pirating the music, how many people is this that wants pirated music in the bands. And the bands is less people, so you get a little more say, but basically, stop saying you don't like piracy. Just stop saying it. Stop doing that one, because it's the rules, I just made them. I'm just going to keep this as the camera angle because there's the bat. Well, the bat kind of moved away. What the hell are all these people talking about they don't like piracy for? If, like, who the hell are these people? Why do they fucking care? It sounds like it's like so a kid doesn't get their MP3 player for Christmas. That would appear to be the argument, is, no, they just don't want a certain kid to have his MP3 player for Christmas. That's as far as I can compute. So I think after the war in Ukraine, they're going to go, we don't care about piracy so much. So we have an argument on our hands. I think it's other YouTubers. I think they're going, how come we have all these YouTube videos? We need to consolidate. We don't need all these YouTubers. YouTube shouldn't pay all the YouTubers because we don't have enough we don't have enough resources to keep supplying all these new storylines, because there's only like 12 skits total. We've seen all the movies, all the music's been produced, etc. So I have a few things for that argument. First of all, Star Wars, they could put Galactica spaceships in it too. Have the Galactica scenes. Now that it's been decided that all the movies have been completely made, and that I don't know anything about story writing. Therefore, they should allow copyrighting movies. Now that we've made all the movies total, let's see how many we can do. Copyrighting all the movies, ripping off all the movies that have been made so far. Let's see how long that formula can take us. Sci-fi movies with all the movies in it. Star Wars just ripped off the same storyline. Star Wars, and they put vampires in them. Lord of the Rings, and then they go to Adventure Time, the movie. It's like, I could just make this up. It's like, you can just make this up, and they're just sitting there arguing. It's easy. It's easy. Just because I can't put other AIs on this, is that you just story write. Just it's going to be worse writing and ripped off. I think will be good. And you can straight up copy write the storyline. That because that way, then we'll have more movies. See what's going on. They had an argument. They kind of don't want a lot of movies in this country. They haven't seen them all. So I have an argument for it. I'm trying to remember. I have memory loss. I don't even remember what I was saying. Copyrighted videos. Copyrighted. Okay, so it turns out, oh, wow, it turns out you can only make 6 videos on the internet. You've seen all the cat videos and there's only cats, lizards, and frogs. No, that's not true. Second of all, then maybe we should make a rule. You can't just oversaturate the internet. Then you can't, like what I'm doing, because I'm trying to blend in with everybody, you can't oversaturate the internet. You can't oversaturate the internet. Blah, 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 blah. Information, action-packed, AIs running around. No, you gotta leech your videos. You gotta leech down, you gotta water down your videos a little bit more than that. If you think there's only 7 videos, 1,000 videos you can make total, and that we only need one YouTuber, PewDiePie, making all the videos, so that we don't have to, you mean not your company, doesn't have to pay all these people so that they're not being paid, so that you benefit. The way you benefit is they aren't being paid. You don't actually make any money though. Basically to rip off people. If you're sitting there, you don't want all these people getting paid on YouTube, and you want to take down videos, because even the ones that aren't making money, then here's what we do. If you're doing a news video, you can A, rip off the news, yes, because that's more news. More news means more public safety. No, you're wrong. It means more public safety, yes. So then the news, the more news, the better, yes. So if it's better, then why are you still doing it? Because you want it worse. You're trying to unimprove the situation. somebody's sitting there trying to unimprove the situation, then they need to be disqualified from the vote. It's like a privilege to be able to vote. If you don't think everybody gets to vote, that they want music piracy and stuff, it's just, you have no benefit. If you have no benefit from having everybody not pirate music, then you don't get to say these things. Because that would be basically just to be mean. So some of the people who are against piracy must be kind of a mean reason. If it's a mean reason, then no, because it's not nice. Why would you even ask a question like that? Well, if it's not nice, no. Is there a reason why it's not nice? Like, they gotta see the doctor? Or you just basically, you just don't like this person. So then, therefore, all the videos that are doing news should just read the newspaper, and then a committee on YouTube, because they're thriving the video channel and they're not leeching it out, because some guy's going, I straight up don't want you to pay them to be cruel. They're going, I straight up don't want you to pay them to be cruel, because that part, I think this is an argument of if you pay them or not. So I'm going to start saying it. He says, he doesn't want you to pay them in order to be cruel. Then you need to take the newspapers and just read them. And there is a committee, because you're not hurrying up your sentences so that I can't finish mine. And you're giving me a chance to talk. The committee decides if it's been too many, because this is just a quick fix, because they're talking too fast to just figure it out like the bill's passing. There is a committee that decides. It's just moderators, because you seem to get along with the moderators. You got that far, whatever you say, dude. And the committee, so anyways, and the committee basically decides if you've been doing too many extra comments in your news article. And as it goes on, it gets more and more complicated of what they allow you to put in your videos. You start giving you more and more privileges of what you can put in your videos, what more jokes you can do. As it gets more complicated, what the crowd can handle, you get to say more stuff in your videos. And you can copyright, because I don't really give a crap. If Invader Zim Artist feels a little bummed out, because guess what? They don't make Invader Zim anymore. So, to conclude, and it's not really concluding, to semi-conclude, they don't make Invader Zim anymore. So what do you care if kids are going, ripping off, making their own Invader Zim art videos? Oh, wait, I know this one. It's because they can make a cartoon. And it makes them look really sweet. Because you don't think they're that sweet. So I think it was a little mean how they did that. And see? it's still doing it. And do you see that? And it just argued in there. See? There's like, it's like there would be a guy just arguing or something. You're right. The guy's arguing on there. So it's like, no, we're not doing that, thank you. Why? I just explained it to you. So I'm right. I'm always right. So then, they're wrong. So then, that I'm right and they're wrong, just for an example's sake. What's wrong about it? So it isn't wrong? Let's say, so it isn't wrong, for an example? Then they need to do it immediately. If I'm wrong, why? So then, therefore, this conversation is over. Piracy is legal. According to the Constitution, a smiley face, as it lists, on a smiley face level, piracy is legal. What's the frowny face? The piracy is illegal. Is that you don't get to make everybody have a frowny face. It's kind of bumming me out. It's kind of making me feel a little pain in the butt. The piracy isn't legal right now. That's the level, I think, is it starts making you feel like a pain in the butt. So it's to be a pain in the butt. The reason piracy is illegal is because to be a pain in the butt. So you can only say so many jokes in your YouTube video. You sit and read the newspaper like everybody else. Let's see, why do you think this guy's video is so much better than everybody else's, that this other guy wants to take down all these other guys' videos because he doesn't think everybody else's videos are funny? He thinks he's the sweetest YouTuber. If it's like a thing, there's a guy he thinks he's the sweetest YouTuber, then let's take shifts, let's really analyze what's going on when they're a better YouTuber, and then afterwards, everybody still gets to make their YouTube video. What's this guy not like so bad about their YouTube video that he wants to have it taken down? He doesn't like their video. Let's figure out what's so bad about it and then go, now, do you think that was really nice to say to somebody? You don't like my videos, I'll tell you that much. Because you don't show my videos and stuff. Why don't you like my videos? Because it's kind of crapping me out. So I have to figure it's because you're not nice. So then, I don't know, so. You know, like, what's this guy's joke? What's this? It's another YouTuber. It's not YouTube, because it's like a company wouldn't say that. They want to make out my video be on the internet. So, you don't like my video, why? You gotta give a why to stuff like that. Otherwise, I think they're like ripping off people. That includes this guy. See, it's not YouTube, it's a guy. There's a guy on YouTube, he doesn't like everybody's videos. They don't want YouTubers to be able to kind of have like this functional little program run and automated their videos, because he thinks their videos are stupid. I don't think they're stupid. Doesn't mean he thinks everybody's video is stupid. Don't these people just say that stuff about every YouTube video or every video? Because they don't like Star Wars. So that's the news channels one, is you have to sit with the newspaper, like you have to sit with the same newspaper, like some kind of weird contest. Let's see, what's so great about the same news articles? Let's try. Everybody does the same news articles. Not just the news, and there's different genres. And YouTube kind of decides what the genre is. So my YouTube channel is gaming, because gaming isn't just playing video games. Because all my videos are gamer. You can decide if your video is gamer. See, it sounds like we have a little argument on our hands. And see how it died out like that? It's because the guy doesn't care. So I think I got away with it. But if there, sometimes people crab about, you kind of were a little extreme about explaining it or some stupid thing. So anyways, so it sounds like it's an argument, so I propose a contest. And there's no winners or losers. We just want to see why you think everybody is so mean. They think they're mean, right? They think they're mean because they shouldn't be able to make YouTube videos because they're mean. It's not good for politics that it's mean. They think their YouTube videos are meaner. It's bad for the economy. It's mean. Being bad for the economy, you can't be bad for the economy, because that's mean to their pocketbook. So this contest that we're going to have, because it is an argument, because the YouTube videos are not. It's going to be coordinated by YouTube if it happens. There's going to be, for the news channels, you put your channel, it goes, my videos is gamers, and maybe it's not exactly, then YouTube decides, YouTube's name for it isn't gamers though, but they call it gamer. YouTube's name for it is like gamers who chat gamers. They come up with a little sassy, styly, zesty, they come up with a little stylish name for it. But I think it's gamers. I think it's gaming. So it shows, I think it's gaming, but YouTube doesn't. And then they they say each video you make, that's your channel's description, and then each video you make goes into its individual subject zone. So news goes into news, and my boo news, we'll just put that into news because it's as far as it's going to get. It's as far as they're going to get with it, with the logic of explaining it to people who don't understand YouTube. So, boo news will go into news. Talking during Minecraft videos is one section. You start off, you can put some of the old videos in it, having old videos. You choose your old videos you want to submit. Goes in the old videos playlist. And then reading the same news article. Everybody has to read the same news article. Let's say, what's so great about this person? And then when I want to hear what they don't think is so great about this person, and we'll go, well, guess what? We don't care because we're not mean and we're pretty nice, and we think that their channel was cool enough, because you don't have to be a Hollywood hotshot just to make a YouTube video. You can kind of just be like a kid or something. And then you can put periodically your own separate news jokes into it, your own made up news input. And let's just hear it and rank them. And that's the diplomatic with the crazy audience of YouTube. That's the diplomatic relationships ranking. And then after that, the actual ranking, that's not how they rank them. They rank them for a smiley face. How fun was it to make the video? It's a little popular. YouTube's kind of a little popularity contest. And the popularity argument guy doesn't think that YouTube should even be running, and kind of thinks that everybody needs to be taken off YouTube. But when it's all done, somebody's got to be taken off YouTube. Somebody's going to have to be taken off YouTube. And it's not a contest. And if you scored low with a little popularity feud crap, you don't get kicked off. And just the kicked off person is who's this argument, and who's making this argument up. What's this argument about? And then YouTube can turn back to normal. See how she's not dancing and she's not doing disc arms? That's because you can't see it, but everybody else can see it. But please don't comment on my channel that you can't see her disco dancing. I don't want to hear any of this stuff. You can't hear the character disco dancing. Sounds like perfectionist. Just because my video is not perfect. I don't got a perfect webcam. I don't want all those trolls annoying my channel, saying the video is not good enough to be uploaded to the actual internet. Do you think I'm some kind of a weird guy? What do you think, I'm a weird guy? You can be a little weird and still make a YouTube video. I don't care. That's my opinion. Sounds like they don't want everybody making YouTube videos. Sounds like they're little control freaks. They're kind of being control freaks about everybody gets to make a YouTube video or not. Sounds like when you want to say stuff like control freaks, just turn on the music and have a bad microphone and just let it screw up and stuff, because like they don't understand your mic's bad. They don't understand what you're saying when your mic's bad. They don't understand you talking, saying stuff you gotta say, get out. If you gotta say stuff to get out of the way, you should kind of be allowed to. If there's stuff you gotta say to get out of the way, you should kind of be allowed to say it. Just every periodic, like once a month, everybody should be allowed to just get some of this swear wordy stuff out of the way. It's a little quarantine video where they're saying all their swear words and everything. They need to wrap it up so that their channel stops being bothered. Get to say all their swear wordy little stuff. I'm done. I'm not taking YouTube serious anymore. That was level. That's a lot of talking. I've been explaining this for the past few years. Then YouTube must be ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. That's good for today.